His name's Henry.
Mowers and blowers.
Mowers and blowers.
It's Henry! Mowers and blowers! Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Good afternoon. As you saw from yesterday's episode, I got this thing running on its own. So I'm pretty excited about it. It takes a few tries to get the amount of primer fluid into the little small bowl that's on top of the gas tank. It takes a couple of tries, but once you choke it a little bit and spray some go-go juice in there a few times, get it started, let it circulate a little bit, that thing sucks up fuel and gets it into that little bowl, which keeps it running for as long as you have gas in it, you know? After I was done with yesterday's episode, I put the right foot panel back on there. I had to remove it to get the recoil starter off. So I think I'm not gonna take this out again, you know? I've always had a problem with pulling this thing. The ball bearings don't catch, almost like this thing is popped out a little bit and it needs to be pushed in more to grip onto it. So I just took a hammer and I banged it in more, and it seems like it's, you know, gripping on better now. Check the oil. It has a line for low and a line for full, okay? So it's at the low mark. I'm gonna add some SAE 30 plus motor oil for my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. I'm gonna put it in through here. Also, I tried turning the front two blades on the two gangs, and it was very stiff, you know what I mean? So I, before I turned in for the night, I sprayed penetrating oil on the left, middle, sides, whatever, just to kind of loosen it up overnight. I forgot that there's a third gang back here. I didn't do that. But just turning it with my hands, it won't move. Oh, it moves a little. So today we're going to start this up and we're going to see if it moves forward and backwards and try to engage the blades. I hope I don't cut my hand off. So we're going to add a little bit of fresh motor oil in here. The motor oil that's in there right now is, I mean, a little dirty, but it's not terrible. If you touch it and rub it around your fingers, the viscosity is still good. And it's probably going to add about half of the amount that's missing in it. I'm not sure exactly how much this takes, but I'm not thinking too much, you know? So I'm going to check the levels now. Okay, I'm going to start it now. rotate it all. It's pretty smooth. Very surprising. Remember, this thing is 50 years old. So when I get back to the garage, I'm going to take that bungee cord off and lay those things flat. Then I'm going to try to engage the blades, see if they spin. If they don't spin, I'm going to have to try to loosen it up and get it to spin. I have to remember to do the back one too, the third gang. By itself though, see? I don't see how reverse works because crankshaft is always turning, right? Is there some kind of lift that goes backwards? I did get the ground wire attached and it working so that when you want to stop it, you just push it down like that and it'll stop. You following what I'm saying about the forward and reverse? So I get it. This one has the crankshaft and it turns, right? And when you do that, you apply pressure or tension to the belt, which turns that bottom pulley, which turns the wheels forward and it moves. But then how does it spin the other direction if it's going, you know, what causes it to spin in the other direction, you know? Which is pretty ingenious because I couldn't understand how it goes backwards without a gearbox, you know? But I don't know about those engineers, but it seems to work just fine, you know? I'm pretty stoked, man. Drove around the block with this thing. Not any hesitation whatsoever. I mean, I smelled a little oil, but I didn't see any smoke, you know, which is great, you know. So now I'm gonna drop these gangs down, and we're gonna fire it up again and see if they spin. So this bungee cord was just holding it so that I could get it into the van. It's normally like this. To pull it down, I think you lift up on this a little. This lever moves a little. See how that works? Does that just rub on the ground like that? Lift up on this. It's down like that. And then the one in the back, you just pull it down. It has hooks that hold on to here. It seems like it's kind of far apart because they won't stay up there because it's far apart. I need to bend this in more. because one side wants to come off when you go over a bump. All right, so look, I'm gonna start it up again, and we're gonna see if it spins. fellas, huh? Obviously I didn't really notice any grass being cut because, you know, it's winter time and there's hardly any grass. But I did notice that the sides here, you know, it's kind of trashed over here on the sides, you know, and when I made a turn, it was kind of digging into my yard, you know, as you could see a couple of tracks there. Also, I could not judge, you know, I'm not used to driving something so wide, 58 and I ran into that thing. I ran into my, you know, that little curb thing, you know, and it wouldn't go anymore. It started smoking because it was stuck, you know, and I was confused for that split second which one's to stop the thing and which one's to stop the mower, you know, because I'm not used to it, you know. But just went reverse and everything just continued to go. I'm really surprised. I used some of that penetrating oil from Lucas Oil, and I just unseized the sides just overnight. I didn't do anything, you know, other than just spray some penetrating oil around the axle, left and right, you know. How about it, man? It broke free, I guess, when I engaged it, you know, under the engine power, and I gotta tell you, I'm super stoked. It ran great around the block, and I guess it mows grass, but like I said, this is not something I would keep because well, it's 58 wide. I can't fit it in my thing, and I you know, I'm a tractor guy. I got tractors. I don't really want this, you know, so I think I might take pictures of it and list it online, see how much money I get, because to me, other than pushing these two in so that it doesn't fall down is going to be the next step. And I was watching a few videos on lapping the blades. You can't sharpen these kind of blades with just like a grinder or anything. You have to like remove stuff and then remove the chain, or at least get it freewheeling, and you're supposed to spin it with a drill clockwise so that it goes backwards, and the lapping is scraping against the bottom housing here of the reel, and then you sharpen it that way. So there's plenty of videos on how to back lap your blades on a reel mower. Those guys are experts at doing it. I'm not even gonna try to do one like that, and I don't want to. It doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun because those videos, they say it's easy. It doesn't look very easy to me. It looks very time consuming and a lot of work, you know, which I don't plan on doing on any of this stuff. The new owner can lap his blades all he wants, but I want this out of here. Because I said I was gonna get her running, and I did. Everything seems to work just fine. However, I'm not going to restore this, you know. I'm gonna let a collector restore it, or somebody who wants it to do whatever they want to it. I'm not gonna try to restore it and then somebody looks at it and says, oh, you already painted it, you did this to it, I don't want it, you know what I mean? I'll sell it as is to a guy who probably cares more about this than, you know, I do. So this thing here is far apart. I'll show you what I mean. If you look at the hook here, right, you're talking about a smidgen before this part slips off. So I'm going to bend these two wires closer together so that it won't fall off. Just bend that in a little. What the hell? Now I'm stuck. I should have bent it in there when it wasn't like that. There we go. Now you bend it in. A little bit there. Bend this one a little bit like that. Now you can just lift it up and it goes there and it won't go anywhere else. Awesome. That was easy. Maybe this one needs a little more. Perfect. Now we got that figured out. I can't think of anything else to do to this thing other than put the hood back on, huh? Here's the original hood. In all the videos I've seen, right, they all don't have this hood. Apparently this hood is extremely fragile or fragile. And it is. I mean, it's like construction paper. It's so thin. I'm surprised this has lasted so long, you know what I mean? Very fragile. You could sneeze and this thing could crumple into 1,000 pieces, you know? I would try to fix this with duct tape and all that other stuff on the bottom, maybe some JB Weld or super glue, but honestly, I'm not even gonna go through the trouble because, like I said, if I run into a guy who wants to restore this to original, the duct tape is not gonna help him at all, you know? He'd rather me keep it original as much as possible. I'm sure you guys would agree. So it's just a cover. It fits over here like that. I have to be very careful with this. I don't want to do anything that breaks it even more, you know? I have to find a couple of screws just to attach it to the holes here. And then, man, look at that, huh? Doesn't that look cool? They don't make them like they used to, for sure. But that is cool, huh? Okay, I got the hood secured on here. And I'm just gonna spray a little bit of super clean on this white hood. It's not really white, it's cream, right? Cream, get on top. Let's just see how much cleaner I could get this with some soup. Wow. Awesome. Much cleaner, eh? Look at that. Damn. Listen, if you guys haven't tried super clean, don't take my word for it. Go try it yourself. You'll see. It'll make your life a lot easier. I mean, when stuff works, man, you just say it works, right? Amazing. Yeah, that ought to get me $10 extra, huh? Look at that. Damn. That's beautiful. I'm gonna use some more super clean on the handles there. See what happens. Wanted you to see this. See the handles? Just rubs right off. Incredible. What do you think? Should I try the seat? Should I screw with the seat? Watch, the seat just completely falls apart after this. Amazing. Yeah, it just makes it a little bit brighter, you know? Maybe I'll get another $15 more. Do what you can, you know what I mean? Do what you can. You don't want to make this too shiny in the middle because then you're going to have to do the rest. And then you open up a can of worms, you know? Yep, see? Now I'm going to want to do the sides too. So there it is. I got it started, running, driving, and mowing. It's true. I push them into the garage, but they do come out driving, for the most part. I'm gonna list this for $500 locally, just to test the waters, you know what I'm saying? I think my friend Scott Keller is kind of interested in it. We'll see what happens. But Scott, you better be quick, baby, because if somebody wants it, it's DONESKI. DONESKI. That's kind of catchy, huh? Anyway, this was fun to do. It took 4 episodes to get it running, starting. Today we got it mowing, and it drives. And it runs pretty well, to be honest with you. We did all kinds of stuff to this thing, including a electronic magneto replacement, cleaned out the carburetor, drained the gas, and loosened up the reel blades on here. Surprisingly, all 3 gangs spin and work. No vibrations too. Really pretty impressed. Put the hood back on today, cleaned it up a little bit with a little bit of super clean, and the shifting is very interesting, you know? Forward, backwards, engage, starts right up, and it turns almost like a 0 turn, you know what I mean? You could really do good angles with it, but it's so wide, you know what I mean? But it was definitely fun and definitely interesting. I myself learned a lot about this stuff because this is probably one of the oldest things I've ever worked on, and then successfully getting it going too, which I feel is quite an accomplishment because the older the stuff is, the harder it is for you to get it started and running, you know? So this was a good 4 series project. I'll put it in my playlist. If you guys missed an episode or 2, you can just click my playlist and you can find them. Remember to continue to buy stickers, support the channel, buy a sticker, and if you guys would like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowers and blowers. Really appreciate all the support. Thanks a lot for joining me on today's episode. We'll see you fellas next time on Mowers and Blowers. Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video, and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowers and blowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.